another live Sabbath service through the Spirit called Allah Yahweh Shah. I'd like to give all honor and glory on the Shabbat day for this Sabbath service. We're going into a few different topics, but this topic that we chose is kind of in the spirit of what's going on right now. In the spirit of prophecy, spirit of watching, and the spirit of judgments that are happening upon the earth. As soon as we rolled into 2024 through the Spirit, the Lord has had prophecy after prophecy rolling. Right? If you're not watching the times, you're not going to be moving in the Spirit. All right, what Spirit are we talking about? Go to 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1 real quick. In the 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1.
This book of 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Right.
And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world. Will begin to visit the world,
right?
Which he made.
So the Lord is starting to visit the world in which he made, man. And if you're not understanding or watching the prophecies, you wouldn't never be able to tell that, man. Right? So now that the Lord is starting to visit the world which he made, you're seeing great judgments happen upon the earth. Right? Read on, King.
Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world,
right,
then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee.
From the what?
From the days that were before thee.
He never gave us a warning.
From the days that were before thee.
Right?
Even from the beginning.
So the Most High spake of these things from the beginning. The Most High spake of these things before Genesis 1 and 1, man. Right. These things were already planned in accordance. And we have to live out these prophecies on the earth. Real quick, go to 2 Timothy chapter 4 and Baba Kasha. Right? Because our forefathers went through these different things. Right. Our forefathers lived through these times. We haven't lived through these times yet. But we're going to. We got to be able to be prepared for that. 2 Timothy 4 and verse 5.
This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 4 and verse 5. But watch thou in all things,
right?
Endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry.
We should be already doing that anyway, right? Making full proof of our ministry, enduring afflictions, watching thou in all things, understanding what's coming to pass. Read on.
For I am now ready to be offered,
right? And
the time of my departure is at hand.
What was Paul talking about? Right? What does Paul mean by saying, I am now ready to be offered at the time of my departure is at hand, man? Hey, Paul had to die for the Lord. Paul was beheaded by Nero when you go into it, man. Right? And we have to be able to be in that same spirit from these kings and from these rulers on high on this world. Read on.
I have fought a good fight.
What did Paul say?
I have fought a good fight.
Right?
I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
Right?
Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing.
Unto all them also that love his appearing. But you got to be able to do what our forefathers have done for that crown in righteousness, man. Right? Meaning you have to finish the faith. Yeah, it's easy to have faith now when everything's all good. You can go out to the grocery store, right? You can kind of go out, in the backyard, play with your kids, your women, right? But what about in those days? We're not going to be able to do that, man.
Right.
What about in those days when, every move is life or death, man? Right? You looking at kings and rulers, and they got AKs and all types of guns in your face, and they guess what? You denouncing your God, or you won't stand with us. What's going to happen? Right. And guess what? You have to make a decision that day. You better not think about it either, man. You think too long, hey, guess what? Something may happen, man. Right, you got it.
I think the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 17, classic.
This book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, and verse number 17. Woe is me.
The Lord said,
woe is me. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days?
Ezra's, right? And he had the visions, man, of the end. Right? He said, hey, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? Like the Lord was bringing out, hey, perilous times is coming, man. A time of trouble, a time of destruction, man. Right? And we gotta live through these times, man. Lord willing, we still on earth, man. Right? These days are coming on earth. Right? So it was bringing out all these signs and all these things that's going on. We know it's leading in to these times, man. Right? Of destruction. Keep reading.
The beginning of sorrows and great mourning. The beginning of famine and great death.
He said, wait, what?
and great death.
And great death, right? Going into the lesson, man. Hey, are you gonna die for the Lord, right? And what type of man are you gonna be in those days, right? Are you gonna do this when this day comes, right? It said, in a day of great death, you know.
The beginning of wars, and power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall
He
come?
said, what shall I do when these evils shall come, man? Right? And these days are coming on the earth, right? When you read these scriptures, you start to learn these things. When we first come in this thing, I say you learn it. You read Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 1, right? You learn that you're the chosen, right? You learn that you're the best people on the earth, right? You learn that the Lord chose you. And once you start to get deeper into these scriptures, you start eating the scriptures, man, right? And you start to get bitter, man, right? Bring it up.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel.
Uh-huh.
So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll.
Uh-huh.
And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee.
Uh-huh.
Then did I eat, then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for
He
sweetness.
said it was in his mouth as honey for sweetness. Right? When you first get this taste of this word, it's sweet, man. It's good, right? It uplifts your spirit and make you feel good, right? And you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying earlier, you start learning to be chosen. You start to get these precepts down. Right? You get to try to cut up the damn Christianity that you was in. Right? It's sweet, man. It feels good. But what? Give me Revelation 10 and 10.
Book of Revelation, chapter 10 and verse 10. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand
Uh-huh.
and ate it up.
He did what?
And ate it up.
These words of the Lord, right? He ate it up, you know?
And it was in my mouth, sweet as
It
honey.
is in your mouth, sweet as honey, right? When it touch your tongue, right? When you get that taste. But what?
As soon as I had eaten
He
it,
said what?
as soon as I had
As
eaten
soon
it,
as you digest it, right? You start to get into it more. You start to, you know what I'm saying? Feel it hitting your stomach. What the Lord said?
my belly was
He
bitter.
said my belly was bitter, right? Because the things that's in these scriptures, man, it ain't all hugs and kisses,
Right.
right? Hey, the men of the Lord had to go through it, man. They had to catch hell for the name of the Lord, right? What one man didn't catch hell in the scripture, right? What one man, they had to go through some type of tribulation, man, right? Hey, these days is coming up on the earth, right? Are you going to do these things when it's time to come? Give me one more. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 18. Once you start to get deeper into these scriptures, right, and you kind of start to get sorrowful, man, right? Because you learning more about what we got to endure, what we got to do, man, for the Lord. Bring it out.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 18. For in much
He
wisdom,
said what?
for in much
For
wisdom
much wisdom,
is
right?
much,
He said, so you men that want to, you know what I'm saying, seek knowledge, right? You men that want to, you know what I'm saying, learn more precepts, more breakdowns, right? For in much wisdom is what?
is much grief.
Much grief, you know?
He that increaseth the knowledge
That increases the knowledge, you start getting built up in this thing, right? You start, you know what I'm saying, you got the breakdowns, you got to learn more precepts, you know?
increaseth in
And
sorrow.
you're going to increase in sorrow. Why is that? Because you start to learn, like, damn, I got to catch hell for this truth. Damn, I got to go through it, right? Hey, I gotta, more, you know what I'm saying? If it's the Lord, you might have to die for this thing, man. Right? So, hey, the more you increase the knowledge, right, hey, the more sorrowful you get, man. Right? It's not that you're just walking around, you know what I'm saying, hey, sad and your head down, right? But you know through the Spirit that you're going to have to endure some type of affliction, some type of tribulation that you got to go through, man. I bet you got it.
Con, that's exactly right. And if you're a wise man, you're gonna understand these things, man. Right? You're not always gonna be in a good mood all the time, because you know these things are gonna happen, man. Right? Like the brother said, hey, when it was sweet in your mouth, right? You kind of understood I'm an Israelite, I'm a God walking this earth, I'm a king. We the 12 tribes, we the chosen ones,
Right.
all praises. But once it starts to digest, these nations, we hated by these nations. That's why we got put into slavery. We disobeyed the Most High. There's still certain things that have to happen. We still gotta die. Right, more blood has to be offered for us, for the Lord to come back. Hey, this thing get deep, man. Right, go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 2.
This book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, and verse number 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting,
Right?
for that it is the end of all men. and the living will lay it to his heart.
Right?
Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better.
The sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better, man.
Right.
Right? You become more wiser. You start to think a little bit more, to yourself. Right? Commune with your own heart upon your bed. That's what King David said, man. Right? That's what you're doing when you have time to sit down and reflect and to think. When you're in the house of laughter, you don't get time to do that. You always partying. You always think about the next joke you're trying to crack, man. Right? It's not wise. You're not thinking about anything that's going to happen. That's what Jake is in right now. He's in the house of laughter. Right? He's in the house of NBA and NFL. Right? Whatever's going to happen tonight. Not knowing there are great judgments that are about to come on our people, man. Whether you're in the truth or not, man.
Talking about the 90s is over.
Yeah, the 90s are over. Right? 2024. Right? Come on, man. Come on, Jake. You're looking at Anthony Edwards, Duncan, all types of madness, man. Right? You're not saying you can't look at those things, but you can't be dwelling in that house all day, man. Right, we doing?
Verse 5. Verse 4. The heart of the wise
Right.
is in the house of mourning,
Right?
but the heart of the fools is in the house of mirth.
And they always in the house of mirth. And the Lord called you a fool, man. Right? You should want to hear these things. You should want to hear the judgments are going to have to happen, man. You got a Jake going, la, 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 I don't want to hear that. Right? And the truth. What you mean you don't want to hear that, man? It's going to happen, man.
Put the scriptures down.
Yeah, put that down. We don't want to talk about that right now. It's a Sabbath. Duh, that's why we got to talk about these different things, man. Because these things are going to happen to our people on earth.
Right.
Go to Matthew chapter 20 and verse 20. And you got to be able to drink of that cup, man. You got to be able to handle that. This is what you signed up for.
Right.
Right?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 20 and verse 20. Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshiping him and desiring a certain thing of him.
Right.
And he said unto her, What wilt thou? She saith unto him, Grant that these my two sons may sit, the one on thy right hand and the one on the left, in thy kingdom. But Yahushua answered and said, Ye know not what ye ask. Are ye able to drink of the cup?
What do you ask her?
Are you able to drink of the cup
Right?
that I shall drink of?
Right? Are you able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of? Are you able to go through these different things that I'm going to go through?
Right.
Right? Because they're going to walk this walk if they want to talk that talk, man.
Right.
You out there teaching, you out there prophesying, but guess what? You got to walk this life too, man. The Lord won't prove you. We don't?
And to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with.
Right?
They say unto him, We are able.
They said, what?
We are able.
When you came into this truth, that's exactly what you said. We are able. When you said, all my Israel, you put on them fringes, and to the Most High, you said, we are able, man. I am able to do that. Right? You may not thought about it that way, but that's what it is. Hey, welcome to the truth. You in this thing, man. All right? Ain't no going back after this, man.
Right.
You ordered your fringes off Etsy, and guess what? When that thing hit your account, it took it out your account, it said, we are able.
Straight up.
Right? That's what it said in the little message. We are able. You didn't even see it. Right? Hey, guess what? When you got them fringes, when you said, you got your Bible, you started reading the precepts, that's what you told the Lord, man. Ain't no going back, you know?
And he saith unto them, Ye shall drink indeed of my cup,
Right.
and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with.
Right?
But to sit on my right hand and on my left is not mine to give,
Right?
but it shall be given to them that whom it is prepared of the Father.
And he said, you're gonna go through these different things. You dang right. You are able. You are gonna go through these different things, man. Because the Lord predestinated you to be in this truth in the first place.
Right.
It wasn't an accident that you hear. You just kind of stumbled over the Bible. The Lord said, well, who else got this truth? Right? Oh, that brother. Okay, I guess you can come in. The Lord didn't do that, man.
Right.
You in this truth. The Lord chose you to be in this truth, man. And you gotta know these different things. You gotta already know you have to suffer tribulation. You may have to go through death, man. You may have to see loved ones die, right? For them, for you to get the kingdom of heaven. And you can't denounce the Lord. Right? Go to the book of Acts chapter 20 and verse number 22.
This book of Acts chapter 20 and verse number 22. And now, behold, I go bound in the spirit unto Jerusalem,
Right?
not knowing the things that shall befall me there, save that the Holy Ghost witness in every city, saying that bonds and afflictions abide me.
Right?
But none of these things move
What do
me.
you say?
None of these things
Well,
move
Paul
me.
said, I'm going to Jerusalem. I don't know what's going to happen there. It's probably going to happen the same thing that when I went to these other cities. Afflictions, right? Bonds, right? And that's what happened in every city. 'Cause that's probably what's gonna happen in Jerusalem. That's all I know, right? But he said none of these things move me anyway. I can give a damn. Read on.
Neither count I my life dear unto myself.
Yeah, Paul didn't count his life dear unto himself, right? Paul didn't fall in love with his job as a tent maker, right? He's I'm making all this tent money, right? And he's going around just making tents, man. He started marketing, right? Paul shaking the head. He said, "Look, we need a tent. Here go my damn business scribe, my business scroll."
Oh.
Yeah, he's not doing that, man, right? He didn't count his life dear unto himself. Read on.
So that I might finish my course with joy.
That I what?
That I might finish my course with joy.
Read on.
And the ministry which I have received of the Lord Yahushua to testify the gospel of the grace of Yahweh.
See, and Paul was in the middle of his course, and we read in the beginning when Paul was at the end of his course, man. He was in the middle of his course. We're in the middle of our course, man. That we may finish our course with joy. And Lord willing, we get to say what Paul said, I have finished my course with joy. Man.
Right.
And Paul did all of that. He didn't care about his life. You can't care about your life. Because the things that's going to come to pass, if you hold your life dear unto yourself, it's it for you. Go to Matthew 16:25.
Can you go to the next chapter real quick? Verse 11.
21:11.
Yeah, 21.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 21, and verse 11. And when he was come unto us, he took Paul's girdle and bound his own hands and feet, and said, Thus saith the Holy Ghost, so shall the Jews at Jerusalem bind the man that owneth this girdle, and shall deliver him into the hands of the Gentiles. And when he heard these things, both we and they of the place besought him not to go up to Jerusalem.
Right, so here you got, you know what I'm saying, Paul, right, being told by the Holy Ghost that, you're going to have to go up to Jerusalem and die, man, right? You got a certain man trying to hold him back, trying to stop the will of the Most High. What did Paul say through the Spirit?
Then Paul answered, What mean ye to weep and break mine
Why
heart?
the hell, you know what I'm saying, why y'all trying to make me sad? Y'all trying to stop me from doing the Most High will, right? Y'all trying to make me feel down low in the Spirit. Keep going.
For I am ready not to be bound only,
Because I'm not just ready to be bound up, be jammed up, but what?
but also to die.
What did he say?
But also to die.
But also to die. Paul had that mindset, man, right? And are you going to have that mindset when that time comes, right? To be also ready to die. Read on.
At Jerusalem, for the name of the Lord Yahushua.
For the name of the Lord Yahushua, man. Be ready to die for him, man. Keep going.
And when he would not be
They
persuaded,
probably kept trying to stop him. He said when he would not be able to be persuaded, read on.
we cease, saying, The will of the Lord be
And
done.
the will of the Lord be done. Right? So it might be the will of the Lord, right? For somebody that's watching this live, right? Anybody in this room to have to die for his name, man.
Right.
That might be your will. Right? And it's written, give me well, you get your precept, Revelation chapter 6 and verse 9 also. Right? It's prophecy, man. Get your verse.
Con, I was just going to go back to, jump back to Acts chapter 20 and 16, because the reason, Paul didn't have to go to Jerusalem. Why did he want to go to Jerusalem? He had to, it was for Pentecost, man.
Right.
You had to be at Deuteronomy 16 and 16, you had to be at Jerusalem, man. Right, for Pentecost. And Paul was going to go, man. Right? And that just shows he didn't give a damn. Hey, the Most High laws come first, man. Through the faith of Yahushua, the Most High laws come first. And he said, look, I'm not ready to be bound, but I'm ready to die, man. They're not going to stop me from not keeping the law, man, because I'm scared. Right, read what you got, man.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 20, and verse 16. For Paul had determined to sail by Ephesus because he would not spend the time in Asia, for he had hasted.
For he what?
For he had hasted.
Couldn't wait, read on.
If it were possible for him to be at Jerusalem the day of
That's
Pentecost.
Deuteronomy 16 and 16. All the males got to show up for the Feast of Unleavened Bread, Pentecost, and the Feast of Tabernacles, man. Yeah, and you can't come empty-handed too.
Right.
And Paul was gonna go down there, man. And they was like, no, Paul, right, for men. Men want to kill you. Just don't give a damn about men, man. Right? Hey, guess what? I'm serving the Most High. And if they gonna bound me, then so be it. I'm serving the Lord, man. Right.
Just to let me back on that also, read Romans chapter 8 and verse 35. Right? Because nothing should be able to, you know what I'm saying, stop you from serving the Most High. Right? Whether it's death, you catching hell, tribulation, right? Your family, X, Y, and Z, ain't nothing should separate you from the love of the Most High. Bring it up.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, and verse 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword.
Right? Not like all hell breaking loose. Right? Whatever's going on should never separate you from the love of the Most High. You know?
As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter.
You know?
Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death,
That what?
that neither death,
Right? That neither death. Right? You know?
nor life, nor
He
angels,
said nor life. You don't even give a damn about life, man. And that, in the world, they might think you crazy.
Right.
I don't give a damn about this life. I'm ready to die.
They gonna call some people.
Yeah, they might call. Hey, the people in the white suits might pull up, man.
Right.
Ready to put some damn needles in you, right?
That's
Some,
it.
give you some meds.
Yeah, Kanye.
Yeah, give you damn Kanye treatment, man. Right? Cause you ready to die, you know?
nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come,
Huh?
nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh,
Huh?
which is in Mashiach Yahushua, our
Right?
Lord.
Nothing should be able to separate you, right, from serving the Most High, man. From doing His will, right? Hey, loving the Most High, right, which is keeping His commandments, man. Right? So, hey, this is what we commanded to do. And if that's death, right, hey, so be it, man. Hey, let the will of the Most High be done. Right? Give me Revelation chapter 6 and verse number 9.
This is
So these things are prophesied that a man on this earth, right, that served the Most High, right, you're gonna have to die, man. You got to be a martyr for this thing. I bring it up.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 9. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God.
Right? So it's gonna be men that's gonna be slain for the words of God, right? Being put to death because they preach this word, right? Because they testify against this wicked, dark place, man. Right? And hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it might be anybody in this room, might be somebody on this live, but hey, somebody gonna have to fulfill this, man.
That's right.
Somebody's gonna have to be slain for the words of the Most High.
Ah.
You know?
And for the testimony which they held.
And the testimony which they held, man. Which is Yahushua, which is the spirit of prophecy. Right? If we speaking these, give me Sirach, give me a second. It's like a second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1. If we speaking these prophecies and the words of the people, man. We have to warn the people what's to come. Bring it out.
This is the book of second Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of
We
prophecy.
have to speak in the ears of our people the words of prophecy. Right? And that's prophecy that it's gonna be men of the Lord that's gonna have to be slain, man, for speaking this word. You know?
Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and
The
true.
Lord say,
For they are faithful and true.
faithful and true. Right? The Lord is not slack concerning His promise. Right? His word is not gonna come back to Him void. Right? Whatever He put out there, it is what it is.
Right.
Right? So there's gonna be men that have to get slain for this word, man. But it's gonna have to be put to death. Right? And are you gonna be ready in that day? You're gonna have that mindset in the day like Paul, right, or various other of our forefathers, right, that was ready to put their life on the line, man, for the Lord. Right? You got it, King.
Can I read that next verse?
God, keep on.
God. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speaks against thee.
Hey, that's the mindset, man. He said, hey, don't fear, right? Hey, the things that they're gonna do against you, man. Right? And we know Esau gonna be getting down in that day. They're gonna be doing some wicked, wild stuff, man. Right? But hey, you gotta have that mind. Hey, fear not, man. Didn't the Lord say in the book of Matthew chapter 10 verse 28, hey, fear not them which can kill the body, but rather fear him that can kill both body and soul in hell, man.
Right.
Hey, you supposed to fear the Most High in that day, right?
Right.
They had that mindset that the Lord gonna, so He gonna beam me up, right? In that day, I'm gonna be rose from the dead, man. Right? They chop your damn fingers off. I'm gonna get some more and get these spiritual bodies, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's the mindset you gotta have. I got you on that.
Come, that's right. Right, go to Romans chapter 8 and verse 12. That is exactly right. You gotta have that mindset, and the mindset start now. Actually,
Right.
it doesn't start on that day. You don't. All right, ooh, okay. Now I'm gonna die for the Lord, guys. No, you gotta start now, man. That mindset is being prepared now. as you read these verses, as you meditate on these verses, man, as you watch the prophecies, you have to really be in the house of mourning and understand that's going to happen in that day.
Right.
Whether it be you or another brother, man. Right? Read what you got.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 12. Therefore, brethren, we are debtors.
We are what?
We are debtors,
Right?
not to the flesh, to live after the flesh.
See, you in debt in the spirit. You owe the Lord already. You owe Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Right? Whether it be in flesh or spirit, you owe the Lord. And guess what? Read on.
For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die.
Right?
But if ye through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall
You
live.
should have already cut off the members of your body before Esau had anything to do with it.
Right.
You should already have cut it off. You shouldn't have cared about your arms, your flesh, your head, your feet, your toes, your nails. Right? Esau, whatever you had done to your body, you already had did it. You already cut off, you already took out your right eye. So when Esau physically does it, that doesn't hurt you. You already did it a long time ago, man. You owe the Lord your life. You owe the Lord, hey, wherever he went through, you gotta go through. Right? Go to the book of Isaiah chapter 53, verse 1. Actually, start at verse 3.
This book of Isaiah, chapter 53 and verse 3. He is despised and rejected of men,
Right?
a man of sorrows, and acquainted with
What
grief.
is a man of sorrows and a man that's acquainted with grief? Right? When you think about grief, you think about this man. He's the definition of grief. Right? What they say you got depression, you got anxiety. Right? Like I said, they'll try to give you certain pills. They're gonna put you in certain wraps. You can't move like this, man. Right? Read on.
And we hid as it were our faces from him.
Right?
He was despised, and we esteemed him not.
Yeah, I was in esteem, man. He was despised. He didn't have a lot of friends, man. He rode with the same group of people, man. And one of them betrayed him, man.
Right.
Right? That's what this is the life of Yahweh Shah. This is the life that we got to go through in this truth, man, on a daily basis. Family members, friends, the nations, whoever, man. Right? Go to the book of Luke chapter 22 and verse 42. This is the life of Yahweh Shah. This is how you live. And the Lord said, we said we are able. We got to live this.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 22 and verse 42.
Right.
Saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done.
Right?
And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him. And being in agony, he prayed more earnestly.
Hey, so Yahweh Shah, he was in the flesh, man. Right? He got weak at some point. He asked the Most High for help, man. And what did the Lord do? Did the Lord ignore him? No, the Lord just delivered him from. He said, all right, you got to go through it no more, son. No, he said, no, you're going to go through this, but I'm going to send you an angel to help you. Right? You go finish this, man. Right? You go finish what you started. And he sent an angel to strengthen him so he can complete his mission. So he can complete his course. You know?
And his sweat was as it were great drops of blood falling down to the ground.
See, brothers haven't reached this point of temptation yet. You haven't reached this yet. You know, you may have a flat tire right on the day of your job interview. You're looking for that job. You had a flat tire. Your car didn't start now. Now you're cursing the earth, and you know it's the worst day for you in the world, man. Right? You know, your grandmother died. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go to the funeral. You know, you're kind of sad. Your granny, she been to your football games growing up. You miss her. Right? But this is not the worst day. You know, I was sweating blood, man.
Right.
Imagine sweating blood pouring to the Lord because you're in agony. Now I looked up that syndrome of sweating blood. Right? When you sweat blood, it's called hematohydrosis. Right? Also known as hematidrosis, in a condition in which capillary blood vessels that feed the sweat glands rupture, causing them to exude blood. It only occurs under conditions of extreme physical or emotional stress. Yahweh Shah was under extreme physical or emotional stress. I mean, you could have died from this, man. The amount of stress you was going through. You feeding 5,000 people. People walking with you. People hate you. You got false brethren unawares, man. They trying to confound you at every moment. Satan is coming against you, right? Through your own disciple. It's getting hard, man. Right. Yahweh Shah literally went through this, man. You have to walk the life of the Lord. And all of our forefathers already walked this life. Go to Genesis chapter 47, verse 9.
All right, let's book of Genesis, chapter 47.
Now, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they were wealthy. Right? They had certain things. But let's see how they still counted their life.
All right, let's book of Genesis, chapter 47 and verse 9. And Jacob said unto Pharaoh.
Actually, start at verse 8.
Verse 8. And Pharaoh said unto Jacob, how old art thou?
Right?
And Jacob said unto Pharaoh, the days of the years of my pilgrimage are 130 years.
Right? He was 130 years old. He lived 130 years on the earth, right? You know?
Few and evil have the days of the years of my life been,
Right?
and have not attained unto the days of the years of my life of my fathers and the day of their pilgrimage.
And he said, few and evil. Now, Jacob lived 130 years on the earth. In Genesis, he said, few and evil are my days on the earth. That's how he described it then. How much more now? Jake, you barely touching 43, man.
Right.
46, man. You know, you got all types of stuff going on with your body. You got a pill box. Yeah, you jammed up. You know, pill box every day of the week, man. You know, hey, he said, few and evil have my days lived my pilgrimage. And we look up that definition of pilgrimage as a person who journeys or to a sacred place for religious purposes, or travel or wander like a pilgrim. Jacob had no dwelling place. We don't have a dwelling place. Let me get one more crash. Go to John chapter 15, verse 8. You're not from here, brother. You're not from here, sister. You are on an espionage mission to spy out the land, and guess what? Keep the commandments of the Most High until he call you back home. Man.
Right.
Right? Read what you got.
This is the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 8.
18.
18 and
John 15 and verse 18.
18 slightly. This is the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
Right?
If ye were of the world would love his own.
Right?
But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you.
The world don't deal with you already, man. And now, especially in the truth, you following the footsteps of the Lord, these people really not going to deal with you. You're not from here. You are a God walking the earth. Stop trying to be like the other nations, man. You already trying to be like them, they still don't accept you. Because the Lord said you're not from here. So these things are imminent. These things will come to pass.
That's a precept on that. Luke 3 and verse 9. Like in verse 10. Like, yeah, we strangers here, man.
That's right.
We're in a damn strange country. Strange land, man. All right, bring it up.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 10. How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land,
You know?
that thou art waxing old in a strange country.
What?
In a strange
In a
country.
strange country, man. And we pilgrims here, right? We're foreigners, right? But you got Jake, man. He get comfortable with this. I'm American, right? I'm black, right? That's why I say they black, man.
Mr. Steve.
Yeah, see that? Right? They think they Americans, man. Right? But the Lord said, we in a strange country, man. We strangers, right? In this land, the land of our enemies, right? But give me the book of Acts chapter 14 and verse number 22. And we're going to have to catch hell, man, for this truth.
That's right.
Brothers going to have to go through tribulation. We're going to get a couple of accounts, man. I mean, there's so many. We're going to get a couple of accounts about forefathers catching hell, and we're going to see what type of mindset they had, right? When they was facing death, man. Right, bring it up.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 14 and verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith.
Sometimes you got to exhort, but this is an exhortation too. Exhorting you to continue in the faith. Exhorting you, right, for that time to come that you be ready, man. Right, like the brother said, so you can't just get ready at that moment. Right, you got to be training your mind right now, having the precepts in your mind right now. Right, so when that day come, you'll be like Paul, but I'm ready to die also. Right, I'm ready to put my life on the line for this, man. Right, you know?
And that we must do much tribulation.
And that we through much tribulation, right? Can you get the definition? Somebody get the definition real quick of tribulation, right? Catching hell, right? Turmoil.
It's the definition of tribulation. A cause of great trouble or suffering.
A cause of great trouble or suffering.
A state of great trouble or suffering.
Hey, that's what's coming on earth, man. Right? Hey, it's great trouble. Hey, that your life is on the line, man.
Get some synonyms.
Yeah, get some synonyms.
Synonyms. Hardship.
See that?
Tragedy. Trauma. Blow.
See that?
Problem. Misfortune.
Misfortune.
See that?
Right.
Burden. Anxiety. Worry. Trouble.
Like the brother was bringing out, this is what our Lord had to go through, man. Right? But he said, you know what? I'm going to drink that cup because it's your will, man. Now I'm going to let thy will be done. Right? And we're going to have to go through the same thing. Everybody cup not the same. Hey, next brother might have more in this cup, right? You might just have a little bit, right? But hey, you gotta drink up. You gotta drink of that cup that the Most High gave you, man. Right? Finish that out.
Through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh.
That we through much tribulation, and then we're gonna enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. Nobody just getting in, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do nothing. Just walk down the yellow brick road, man, to the kingdom, man. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
You gotta catch hell, right? We gonna get some accounts. You got some more precepts. We're gonna go into some accounts, man. About forefathers catching hell, man. Putting their life on the line for the Lord. Alright? Okay,
We go to the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, and we start at verse number 60.
This book of First Maccabees.
Right? And you gotta understand, our forefathers, this is under the time of the Greeks, man. Under the hand of the so-called white man. I mean, the Lord literally, Romans 15:4 told you, you gotta through the comfort of the scripture, you gotta study these scriptures, right? Right? Because this is how Esau acted with our forefathers, keeping the commandments.
Right.
You have a direct history that Most High is telling you what's about to happen, man. Read what you got.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 60. At which time, according to the commandments, they put to death certain women.
Certain what?
Certain women.
Uh-oh. Hey, Jake don't play about his women, man. And Esau is going to be taking them in that day. I wish a white man would take my. All right, brother, you thought it's not the 1800s no more. Okay, brother, right? In that day, he's going to come kicking your door. He's snatching your wife by the what's it called, lace front.
Yeah.
Taking her lace front away, man. Right? We going
That had caused their children to be circumcised.
right?
And they hanged the infants about their necks.
Yeah, 2, 3 month-year-old, man. 4 month-year-old, year-old, 2 years old. Hey, the Most High, look, they're going to be taking their children and hanging them about their neck, man. Esau don't give a damn, you know?
And rifled their houses.
Right?
And slew them that had circumcised them.
And guess what? And that's what we do. Circumcise our children, you know?
Howbeit, many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat anything unclean.
Right?
Wherefore, they chose rather to die.
They did what?
Chose rather to die.
They chose rather to die for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They chose rather, they said, okay, guess what it is, We still not eating no pork. We still not eating no shrimp, crab, or lobster. I don't care how many times you put it in my face. They chose rather to die. They already fully resolved it in their mind. It was made up a long time ago, man. Read on.
That they might not be defiled with meats.
Right?
And that they might not be profane that they might not profane the holy covenant.
Right?
So then they died.
Right?
And there was a very great wrath upon Israel.
Uh-oh, that's coming, man. A very great wrath upon Israel, man. Right? Real quick, go to 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Right? 2nd Ezra chapter. This is coming all over again. And Ezra's seen it with his own 2 eyes. He's seen it with his own 2 eyes. 2nd Ezra chapter 16. And start at verse number 62.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 62. Yeah, and the Spirit of the Almighty God, which made all things, and searcheth out all hidden things, and the secrets of the earth.
It's like it. Jump to verse 68. That's all.
68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you,
Right?
and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto
We
idols.
just read it, man. They was feeding our mothers, our children, our men things, swine's flesh, shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster.
Right.
They were forcing you down your throat, man. And our forefathers said, we're not eating this. Guess what? It's about to happen all over again, man. And Esau's hot right now.
Right.
You got Northern Kingdom coming straight through those borders, man. They already don't like you because of that. Right? These people, they picked Joe Biden as president. It should have been Trump. These people, that anger is building up. And the Most High got that anger building up inside these Edomites, man. And they're about to unleash it on the children of Israel. Yeah, they about to show their horns. If another Hebrew Israelite call me the devil, I'm just going to just act like it. Hey, and guess what, man? A burning wrath is a great order. That's what's about to happen. Right, we doing?
And they that consent unto them shall be had in desperation and in reproach and trodden
They're
underfoot.
going to be laughing at you as soon as you consent unto them, man.
Right.
As soon as you eat that pork, See, I knew he couldn't handle it. Smacking, they gonna eat you dead. They gonna smack you in the head. They gonna throw your carcass out, man. That's what's about to happen on the earth. Right, read on.
For there shall be, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection.
And what?
A great insurrection
Upon what?
upon those that fear the Lord.
That's us. Don't we fear the Lord?
Huh?
Right, read on.
They shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
And they're gonna be spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. I mean, you thought you felt betrayal. Now you gonna feel betrayal in that day, man.
I got a quick precept too, right? Just to let me back on that. Give me Revelation 12:17. Right?
That's
And
right.
they hate that you keep the laws of the Most High, right? Because it goes against everything that they bring out. Because this world, it hates the Lord, right? They want to replace the Lord, man, right? Right enough.
12 and 17.
Time.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, and verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
But it's the Esau, man, right? And the woman is Israel, right? And the dragon is wrought with Israel, man. We don't?
And went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which kept the commandments of Yahweh.
Which what?
Which kept the commandments of
They
Yahweh.
wanted to make war with the children of Israel, man. Because we keep the commandments of the Most High, we don't?
And have the testimony of Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
Right? So, hey, these people gonna make war against us, man. It says it's gonna be a great insurrection against those that fear the Lord, man. Right? They're gonna be like madmen, right? And you know, Esau can get wicked, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna have all these type of damn inventions and man, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a wicked time, man. Right? But give me Esther chapter 3, verse number 8. Because they wanna destroy us because we don't accept anything that they putting out there, man. Trying to make us do the LGBT, right? Trying to accept the damn pedophilia, right? And killing our babies, right? And we not with that, man. And we serve the Most High. We keep the Most High God's laws, man. I bring it up. Esther
This is the book of Esther, chapter 3, and verse number 8. And Haman said unto the king, Ahasuerus, Ahasuerus, there is a certain people scattered
He
abroad
says that certain people scattered abroad. Talking about the Israelites, man. Read on.
and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of thy kingdom. And their laws are diverse from all people.
What did he say?
And their laws are diverse from all
And
people.
our laws are diverse from all people. Right? The Lord gave us the laws, right, to be set apart, to be holy people. Read on.
Neither kept they the king's laws.
Read that again.
Neither kept they the king's
Right,
laws.
that pissed Esau off.
Yeah.
We not accepting that. No, the Lord not dealing with that, man. Right? Because we serve the Most High. Right? We don't accept these kings' laws. Right? Your kings in the earth today would be your damn presidents. Right? Your damn you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the damn government, man. We not following the king's laws. We don't.
Therefore, it is not for the king's profit to suffer them.
Right? And this man saying, hey, you know, so we gotta get these people out of here. We gotta destroy these people. We don't.
If it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed.
What?
That they may be destroyed.
This coming back on the earth, man. Right? They gonna have that spirit on them. Like, we gotta destroy these people, man. Right? They making our plans go down, man. It's just not working. Because these people, they just not giving in. So you know what? We just gonna kill them. Right? We gonna have this new world order and just kill these people off the earth, man. Right? But it ain't gonna work according to the Lord. Right? But hey, these days is coming on the earth. Right? Where men won't gonna have to put to death for the words of the Most High. Give me Daniel chapter 3 and start at so let me get that real quick. Daniel 3 and verse start at 8.
This is the book of Daniel,
Start at 10.
chapter 3 and verse 10. Thou, O king, hast made a decree
You got King Nebuchadnezzar, right? You know?
that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image.
You know?
And whoso falleth not down and worship, that he should be cast into the midst of the burning fiery
Right,
furnace.
he got Nebuchadnezzar, they putting the decree out there, man. Right? And so when these instruments be played, hey, you gotta bow down and worship me. Right? And Esau gonna do that back on earth. Right? And denounce the name of the Most High right now. Right? Say all hail Satan. Right?
Right.
That's the spirit they're gonna be moving in, man. Right? And go deal with this damn sodomite over here. Right? That's off, man. They try to make you denounce the name of the Most High and go against the Most High, man. Right? We don't.
There are certain
He
Jews
said what?
There are certain Jews.
There's gonna be certain Jews that what?
whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon,
Uh-huh.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Uh-huh.
These men, O king, have not regarded thee.
He said they not regarded thee, man. It's always gonna be certain Jews, certain Israelites that's not dealing with that, man. It's just not gonna be following the king's commandments, man. It's always gonna be these certain men that set up on the earth and just, you know what I'm saying, to hell with that, man. We gonna do what the Lord said. We don't.
They serve not thy
He
gods,
said what?
they serve not thy gods,
You know.
nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up.
Right, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna piss Esau off, man. You niggas just don't get it. We gonna have to destroy y'all, you know?
Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury,
You see that? Esau's gonna be, hey, why doesn't he even rage, man?
Right.
He just gonna be raging in that day. Like we just read, it's gonna be in 2nd Ezra 16. They're gonna be like madman spurring not. Ain't no spurring in that day, right? You're gonna be going through your houses, destroying people, right? Cutting brothers down in the land of the living. And that's the spirit they're gonna be moving in, you know?
commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Uh-huh.
Then they brought these men before the
And
king.
that's all. They changed the brother's name,
Yeah.
right? That's it. What's that? Daniel chapter 1, man.
That's evil.
Right? Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael, man. You might be in a female camp, they might change your name.
Told
Your name might be, you know what I'm saying? You might have a mighty Hebrew name, right? Itazawam, Zion,
Right.
mighty weapon,
Now you number
right?
40.
Yeah, now you number 40, man. They changed your name, right? Now they call your name number 40. Come bow down.
40,
Right.
get over here.
Right, 40, right? It's your turn, man. You next in line. It's time to bow down, right? And what? Let's see what the mindset of these men they had during that time. Bring it up.
Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up?
This wicked king said, I gotta see this for myself. Let me see if they really not serving me. All right, read on.
Now, if ye be ready, that or what time, now, if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast into the same power, into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands?
You're gonna have to make that choice in that day, man. Am I gonna bow down right to these damn wicked heathen, right to these false gods, or am I gonna stay firm, 10 toes down for the name of the Lord, right? Hey, you know what I'm saying? What man are you gonna be in that day?
Right.
It's gonna be one man that fold, right? There's gonna be one man that stand 10 toes down. Hey, which one are you gonna be? Right, we don't?
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said unto the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery
You
furnace.
gotta have that mindset in that day. To believe that the Lord gonna deliver me out of this thing. Right? If I stay firm in belief, I have faith, and the Lord gonna deliver me, man. Right? That's the mindset that they had. Right? And what man or woman that's watching this gonna have that mindset, man? You know?
And he will deliver us out of thy hand,
You know?
O king. But if not, be it known unto thee
And they said, but if not, even if the Lord don't deliver me, what he said?
that we will not serve thy
He
gods,
said, what?
that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up.
That's integrity, man. You gotta have integrity in these last days, right? being like, you know what I'm saying, knowing that the Most High sees everything, right? You still gotta, you know what I'm saying, die for the Most High, man.
That's right.
Whether you get delivered or not, can't tempt the Most High. Lord, you say, I know you're gonna save me if I do this. That's off, man. You don't know, but you gotta stay 10 toes down, to the end, man, to death, right? What you got, Dan?
Come. Go to the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, and verse number 9. Alright?
Book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, and verse number 9.
Verse 8.
Verse 8. Moreover, these went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and partakers of their sacrifices.
Right? He wanted our people to do what he was doing. The wicked sacrifices that they were doing. And he made a law. He made a decree. I mean, that's what Esau does. By his policies, by his laws, by his decrees, he always enacts wickedness and wants us to be partakers of that same wickedness, man. Right? Read on.
And whoso would not conform themselves to the manners of the Gentiles should be put to death.
Should be what?
Should be put to death.
Right?
Then might a man have been seen the present misery.
Yeah. There's a law, a secret law passed. If you're teaching on Saturday outside, you get arrested immediately.
Right.
Locked up, and brothers don't know until brothers get arrested. Oh, you didn't know about that law? Right? We just passed it 3 nights ago. Oh, you was too busy studying the Bible? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Right? And guess what? Now you locked up indefinitely, man, for teaching the words of the Lord. Hey, these things can happen, man.
They put it in small print.
They put it in small print, man.
It's crazy.
Right? At the bottom of the newspaper. I mean, these things can happen. They can be wicked. I mean, laws getting set up all against Jake, man.
Right.
Right? Keeping the commandments. And if you keep the commandments, you're going to be put to death immediately.
They talking about shutting down black extremist bank accounts.
Yeah, we just talked about today. Right? They're freezing. They gave power to Chase, Bank of America, and other banks to freeze your account. Right? If you're caught buying Bible and guns, acts of domestic terrorism. Right? Use your account, and it says Barnes and Nobles shut down on your account, man. They'll freeze your bank account.
Barnes and Nobles?
Hey, I
That's
guess
the bookstore?
hey, you buying Bibles, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You ordering a Bible off Amazon, Bible covers. What is this? They
Right.
monitoring your account. Right? Yeah, they flagging it, man. These things are real. This is just the beginning. Right? It's gonna get more grievous, read on.
For there were 2 women brought, whom had circumcised their children,
Right?
whom when they had openly led round about the city,
Right?
the babes hanging at their
What
breasts,
did they have them?
the babes hanging at their
They
breasts,
had them walk around the city with their children with their umbilical cord tied around their damn neck, man. Right? Dead. Read on.
they cast them down headlong from the
And
wall,
then threw them off the wall. Read on.
and others that had run together into the caves nearby to keep the Sabbath day
They
secretly.
kept the Sabbath day secret. That's how important the Sabbath day is. That's how important today is. They had to run to caves in the mountains to keep the Sabbath day. Yeah, the most sacred day. Right, read on.
Being discovered to Philip, were all burnt together because they made a conscience to help themselves for the honor of the most sacred day.
For the most, that's high respect for the most sacred day.
Uh-huh.
They said even if we die, we gonna keep the Sabbath. And we burnt them all alive, man. Right? Go to the book of 2 Maccabees chapter 6. Right, 2 Maccabees chapter 6, and start at verse 30. Let's read about another man through the Spirit.
Down verse 30. But
So I can start at verse number 22.
22, the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 22, that in so doing he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them find favor.
Right, talking about Eliezer. Eliezer was an older general, scribe, right? And they wanted him to eat swine's flesh in front of all of the youths, in front of all of the children, young men and young women, to make an example. So it's saying it's okay, for you to eat pork and swine's flesh and all types of abominable foods, man.
Right.
Right? Esau always tries to take the leader, and if they can break the leader, they broke everybody else. Right? Less work for him. So they try to take Eleazar, right, and try to make him eat swine's flesh. Read on.
But he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age, and the excellency of his ancient years,
Right.
and the honor of his gray head, whereunto he was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by Yahweh. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straightways to send him to the
What he
grave.
saying?
To send him to the
He
grave.
really, he sat and thought about it. He said, I'm 90 years old and I can eat this thing right now and make it look like I ate pork in front of everybody. Right? He said, you know what? Just send me to the grave, man. I'd rather just die. Yeah, I'm dead. I mean, I'm already 90 years old. I'm not going to stay in my old age and my honor, man. Send me to the grave. But let's see if Esau just sent him to the grave. Let's see what he did before that. Read on.
For it becometh not our age, said he, in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons may think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 10, were now gone to a strange religion.
Right.
And so they through mine hypocrisy and desire to live a little and a moment longer should be deceived by me, and I get a stain to mine old age and make it abominable.
Right? He didn't want to stay in his old age, man. He had respect unto himself and to the law. Read on.
For through the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet I should not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead.
Read on.
Wherefore now, manfully charging this life, I will show myself such as one as mine age required,
Read on.
and leave a notable example to such as be young to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy laws. And when he had said these words,
Yeah, what?
when he had said these words,
happened.
immediately he went to the torment.
They said, what? All right, come here. Right? Immediately they sent him to the torment, man. They wasn't going to let him keep talking. Right? It was like, no, he's not going to show an example of trying to die for the, what? No, come here. Right? He disrespected him through the spirit. And guess what? All praise to Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah, man. We're dying for the name of the Lord.
Hey, this dude, he said, in my old age will not be stained.
Yeah.
Put a stain on it.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of a stain.
Come on, man.
If it's a stain, if it's like you get mustard on your white t-shirt, it's stuck.
It's over. And then you got to think about it. 90 years of righteousness, all thrown away in 15 minutes.
It's like you get to the finish line and you just say, you know what, I quit. And you walk off before you pass the
Yeah,
plane.
you touching the ribbon like this. Should I really break it? Right? What are you talking about? Cross the finish line. But this is what Eli, this is where his mind was at, man. Read verse 30.
John, verse 30.
I'm just like in verse 29.
That they led him, changing the good will, they bare him a little before into hatred, because the aforesaid speeches proceeded, and they thought from a desperate mind.
Right?
But when he was ready to die with stripes, he groaned and said, it is manifest unto the Lord that the holy knowledge, and whereas I might have been delivered from death, I now endure sore pains in the body by being
He
beaten.
was being beaten, man. Being beaten to death, man. He endured sore pains in his body, man. He could have been delivered for a little bit. See, he was 90 years old. He could have been delivered for 15 minutes, and the Lord killed him 5 minutes later.
Right.
Right? And then it was all for nothing anyway. But he said, I'd rather be beat to death, man. Right, read on.
But in soul am well content.
Read that again.
But in soul am I well content
Right?
to suffer these things, because I fear him.
Because I what?
Because I fear him.
What do we need?
Because I fear him.
He said, because I fear him. That's where his mind was on, man. Right? He said, in soul I was well content. He was already ready to die, man. And right? That's what brought out Romans chapter 8. You have to cut off your flesh a long time ago, man. It can't matter to you from a long time ago. So when these things do happen, it'll be nothing to you, man. You won't regard the body. You got it.
God. That's right, man. We gonna keep going. Hey, give me 2 Maccabees chapter 7, man. Right? If you haven't read 2 Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 7, man, you kind of gotta get in there, right? Put you in the spirit of having that mindset of ready to die for the Lord, man. We ain't gonna read this whole thing, even though the whole thing fire. It's fire. We're gonna get a couple of counts, man.
Snippets.
Yeah, give me start at 1.
This book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7 and verse 1. It came to pass also that the 7 brethren with their mother were taken, compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh,
Alright?
and were tormented with scourges and whips.
Hey, they, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be doing that in the times to come, man. Trying to force pork down your throat. Like they did Eleazar, right? Like they did these 7 brothers, man. Right? These things is coming back on earth, man. Right? And what mindset or what, you know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do in those days? What type of man are you gonna be in those days? You know?
But one of them that spake first said thus, What wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to
What
die.
he say?
We are ready to die, rather than to transgress the laws of our
He
father.
said we ready to die than to break the Most High God's laws, man. And he kind of said, hey, you know what I'm saying? You ain't know? You ain't know how we move in the spirit, right? You don't know that we the Israelites, right? And that we ready to die for the name of the Most High, right? And you gotta, you know what I'm saying, like the brother brought out, these words is supposed to comfort us, man, right? You're supposed to lay these words up in your heart and your mind, meditate on them, right? So when that time come, hey, you know what I'm saying, you thinking about the 7 brothers, you thinking about Paul, thinking about Eleazar, Yahushua, right? All these men that had to die for the name of the Lord, right? Because you know what comes after that, you know?
Verse 3. Then the king, being enraged, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, which forth being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the uttermost parts of his body.
Right, so like it, because during that time they might not just put a bullet to your head. They might cut some fingers off. They cut your tongue out, trying to get you to denounce the name of the Most High, man. And you gotta endure that suffering, that affliction, man. It might not just be a quick death, right? But you gotta endure those things. Hey, give me it's like a whole day. Give me Sirach 4 and verse 28, right? The classic.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 4 and verse number 28. Strive for the truth unto death.
He said what?
Strive for the truth unto death,
You know?
and the Lord shall fight for
You
thee.
gotta strive for the truth unto death, man. Who's to say, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, God forbid, but you denounce the name of the Most High, and they still knock you off, man. They still kill you. Now you just a damn fool, man.
Just to get resurrected.
Yeah, just to get resurrected to die again. Right? So, I mean, that's madness, man. Hey, stay 10 toes down for the name of the Lord, man. Right? It's glorious in the eyes of the Most High. Right? We don't, go back to Maccabees.
Verse 4.
You want to die with, it's like you want to die with honor in this thing. Right? That's honor, right? They standing for the Most High God's law, for the Most High, and dying for his name, man. Right? We don't.
And to cut off the uttermost parts of his body, the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. Verse 5. Now when he was thus maimed in all his members. Verse 7. So when the first was dead after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hairs, they asked him,
the brother said he's scalping him, man.
Yeah.
This torture, man. Right? And they're gonna have a lot of torture. There's gonna be a lot of torturing in that day, man. We don't.
They asked him, will thou eat before thou be punished?
See that? They tempting you, man. What you gonna eat now? Your cat peeled back and they ask you gonna eat now. Crazy. This is madness, man. Right? That's you getting tempted. That's an affliction, man. We don't.
Throughout every member of thy body. But he answered in his own
He
language.
said what?
But he answered in his own
In
language.
the Hebrew. It's like I wanted to make a point before you kept reading, right? And they doing it one after another.
Yeah.
Right? And you kind of, these words that they saying, it's kind of exhortation.
Right.
The brother behind you might be, you know what I'm saying, be alive for the guillotine. Right? You saying these things, the next brother getting exhorted, man. You're saying, yeah, I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die too. You got a point?
I was gonna say, yeah, when they heated up them cauldrons, that was I forgot what they called it, so he won't bleed out.
See that?
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they said they cutting just different parts out. It's I forgot what you called it, but it's so it won't bleed out.
Cauterized, man.
Say what?
Cauterized the
Yeah.
wound.
See that? Cauterizing the womb. See that? We're gonna cut this off. You know what I'm saying? Put it on there. You know what I'm saying? So you can stay alive a little longer. You gonna eat now? Oh man, it's off, man. Keep reading.
But he answered and said in his own language, and said, no.
He said what?
No.
He said la man. In the Hebrew, man, la. No, I'm still not gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? We don't?
Wherefore, he also received the next torment in order, and as the former did.
See that?
And when he was at the last grasp,
He's at his last gasp, we don't?
he said, Thou like a fury takest us out of this present life. But the king of the
He
world,
said, but the what?
but the king of the world
I was shot.
shall rise us up.
So what?
Shall rise us up.
They're gonna raise us up, man. Right? Let me get that real. Get First Thessalonians chapter 4. He said he's gonna raise us up, man.
That's fire.
Right.
4 and verse start at 16.
This is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahweh, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise
He
first.
said what?
And the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first.
And the dead and the Mashiach shall rise first. He had that mindset. He's like, yeah, you killing us now, but hey, the Lord, the King of the world, man, he's gonna rise us up. He gonna raise us up in that day, man. Right? You know?
Verse 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord.
18.
Wherefore, comfort one another with these
What
words.
the Lord say?
Comfort one another with these words.
Comfort one another with these words, man. Right, this is comforting, right? He had the comfort of the scriptures to know I'm gonna be raised up. It's kind of easy to die, man. You know, it's probably pain, whatever, right? But you know that what's coming after, right? We're gonna be raised up. We're gonna be with our Lord forever, man. Right, we just go back to 2 Maccabees 7.
But the King of the world shall raise up, who have died for his laws, ever unto everlasting life.
You gotta have it in your mind, right? He's gonna raise up those that die for his laws onto everlasting life. You know?
After him was the third made a mocking stop, and when he was required, he put out his tongue, and that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully, and said courageously, These I had from heaven, and for his laws I despised them.
He said what?
And for his laws I despised them.
And for his laws I despise them, man. And that's bold, man. To here, take my arm, take my hands, man. Right? To hell with this, man.
These corruptible things.
Right? Yeah, these corruptible things. And our spirit is groaning for these new spiritual bodies, man.
Right.
I like I say in the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5, man. Don't give a damn about these bodies. These corruptible bodies that go to hell off all the time. Right? To hell with these, right? Hey, I'm looking to hasten for a new body, man. We don't.
And from him I hope to receive them again.
He said, from him I hope to receive them again, man. Right? And that's the mindset that we gotta have in those days, man. Right? That the Lord is gonna deliver us. Though we died. Let me that real quick. It's like in 2 Maccabees, it's like a Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 and verse number 2. Right? They be hoping for these things, man. Hoping to have these new bodies, right? Hoping to see the Lord, right, deliver us out of this place, right? And we go to the kingdom, man. Bring it out.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 2. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die.
Sight of the unwise, man, we seem to die, seem to be destroyed, right? X, Y, Z, my brothers might be on the highways and byways, right? Brothers might die on the highways and byways, man. In the sight of the unwise, hey, we seem to die. Yeah, we got one off the street, finally, right? One less Hebrew Israelite on the streets, right? In the sight of the unwise, we seem to die, kind of, don't?
And their departure is taken for misery. And they're going from us to be utter destruction. But they are in peace.
What the Lord say?
But they are in peace.
But we in peace, man. And we taken away from this wicked world, right? You know?
For though they be punished in the sight of men,
and though we be punished in the sight of man, going through torture, all hell breaking loose, you know?
Yet is their hope full of immortality.
Yet is their hope full of immortality, man. Because we hoping, to get that everlasting life. We hoping, you know what I'm saying, be in the kingdom, man, forever and ever with our Lord, man. That's what we, hoping and looking forward to, man. Have faith that that's going to happen, man. Right? And it's a spirit that we got to be in these last days.
Can I read the next verse?
God.
Verse 5. and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly
He
rewarded.
said being a little
Little
chastised.
chastised.
Like it's just
Small.
small, man.
Small man.
It's not a lot. You know what I'm saying? Right? That ain't what the Yahushua had to go through. Right? It's just a little chastisement. Right? We don't.
For Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for
He
himself.
said he proved them and found them worthy for himself. Right? Give me one. Give me one more precept. Nah, that's too. You can't. Give me Psalms chapter 116, and verse number it was 14. 15.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 116 and verse 15. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his
He
saints.
said, hey, that's precious in the eyes of the Lord, man. It's precious. Yeah, he died for me. And that's love, man. You was willing to stand 10 toes down in his word, and then you was willing to die for him, man.
Right.
Hey, that's precious in the eyes of the Lord, man. He's gonna reward a man like that. A reward a man that was willing to die for his holy laws, man. I go with that, brothers.
Look at Romans chapter 8, verse 24.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse number 24.
Like that young man said, hey, in our hope we will receive these members again. And what do he say? Now, what did Paul say about that?
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 24. For we are saved by hope.
Read it again.
For we are saved by hope.
Hope saves us. So if you don't have any hope, how can you be saved, man? Right, read on.
But hope that is seen is not hope.
Right.
For what a man seeth, why doeth he yet hope for?
Yeah, because when you're dealing with these tortures, and you're gonna be dealing with these things that's coming in these times. Hey, I mean, you have to hope in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It's not gonna be right in front of you. You're not gonna be able to see it. All you're gonna be able to see is death all around you. Esau wants to take away that hope, right? But guess what? We have hope in the Lord. That's what's gonna save us. Read on.
Come on, verse 25. But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it.
Right.
Likewise, this.
No, you go on that. Go to the book of Hebrews chapter 11 and verse number 13.
This is the book of Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 13. These all died in faith,
Right.
not having received the promises.
You have to understand that, Rick, that they died not seeing certain promises, like our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Read on.
But having seen them afar off.
What if the Lord came to you and told you, prophesy about something that's going to happen in 2,000 years, you're going to die for it? I mean, how many people want to be the Lord's disciple then?
Right.
You thought you was in the, it's 2,000 years ago, and the Lord's telling you to prophesy about something that haven't even happened yet, man. And you better stand 10 toes for it, man. All right, you got to die for that.
All right.
We see it now. You see it right in front of you. Brothers is getting live updates on prophecy that we see playing out in the scriptures, man.
Right.
Right? They didn't get to see that. They had to prophesy about that, man. For this generation. Read on.
And were persuaded of them and embraced them
Right.
and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth.
And they confessed that we were strangers and pilgrims on the earth, man. So, I mean, we got to continue to watch and continue to have faith in that day. All right, you guys.
Give me the book of these are closes. Give me Matthew chapter 23 and verse number 8.
Kassalaki. You go to that Hebrews 11 and verse 1 on that hope. Y'all brothers can break it down. I was talking about the hope. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have hope, man.
It's the book of Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not
He
seen.
said what?
The evidence of things not seen.
That's faith, man. You can't see those spiritual bodies yet. You can't see the kingdom yet. Hey, nevertheless, we never seen none of the miracles that happen. All right? So, hey, yet we still believe. Yet we still have faith, man. And you know what I'm saying? You gotta have faith in those days, man. Right? That's the stability. That's gonna be the stability of your time in those days, man. Faith. All right. Let me go get some clothes. Give me Matthew 23 and verse number 8.
This is
It's
the
like
book,
24 and 8.
this is the book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse number 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
So all these things that's coming up on the earth, it's the beginning of sorrows, right? And we you know what I'm saying, we getting closer and closer to those days, man. We don't.
God. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you.
And shall what?
And shall kill you.
They're gonna be killing us, man. They're gonna deliver us up to be afflicted, be tortured, and kill us. Why?
And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Because of the name of the Lord. Right? Because we standing for the Lord, man. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Jump down to verse 13.
What was it?
13. Jump.
Okay, 13. But he that shall endure unto the
He
end,
said what?
but he that shall endure unto the end,
Looking up with Sirach 4 and 28. He that shall endure unto the end, all the affliction, all the torturing, right? All the mocking and hey, everything that come with it, what the Lord said.
the same shall be
The
saved.
same shall be saved, man. Then you gonna get delivered up. Then you gonna get the hell up out of here, man. If you endure the affliction. Let me get one more. Baruch chapter 3 and verse number 25.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 25. Great and have none in.
4 and 25.
4 and 25. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse number 25. My children, suffer
What the
patiently.
Lord say?
Suffer patiently.
Suffer patiently. Right? You gotta be patient in this thing also. Right? And wait on the Lord. Right? We don't?
The wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh.
We don't?
For thine enemy have persecuted thee.
Like our enemy's gonna be persecuting us in those days, man. Right? We don't?
But shortly thou shalt see his
I
destruction.
said what?
But shortly thou shalt see his destruction,
We don't?
and shalt tread upon his neck.
So you gotta keep that in your mind, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, suffer patiently the wrath that's come upon us, man. Hey, go through it, man. And go through the finish line. Don't just wait. Man, don't just stop at the finish line and start walking. Hey, finish all the way through, man. Then we're gonna see the destruction of our enemies, right? Tread upon his neck. With that, brothers got it.
Go to the book of Lamentations, chapter 3 and verse 31, Bible for sure. Alright, Lamentations, chapter 3, verse 31. We gotta remember this about the Lord.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 3 and verse 31. For the Lord will not cast off forever,
Right?
but though he cause grief,
Right, though he caused grief, read on.
yet will he have compassion according to the multitude of his mercy.
Right?
For he doeth not afflict willingly, nor grieve the children of men.
Hey, the Most High got you at the end of the day, man. The Most High got your back. Just don't doubt. Don't be fearful. Yeah, he caused grief, but at the end of the day, it's all going to be worth it, man. It's like that little pain, man. It's a little pain, and the Most High got you. Right? Go to the book of Matthew, chapter 16, and verse 25. You gotta be reminded of these things. You gotta tell yourself that the Lord is always with you. He got his angels about you.
Right.
Esau can't do nothing to him. What you got?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 25. For whatsoever will save his life, or whosoever will save his life, shall lose it.
Right?
And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find
That's a
it.
period, point blank, right? The Lord said, if you lose your life for my sake, you're going to find it, man. But if you want to save your life, you want to spend an extra 2 minutes in this God-forsaken world, man, then guess what? You can do it. But hey, the elect, they going to stand stiffly in the day of the Lord.
All right.
All praise to Yahweh, anything else? Car. And with that, let's say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. And with that, we say, Kom Yasharallah.
Kom Yasharallah.
Shalom.
Shalom.
All praises to the Most High, mighty teacher.